Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another game review, and this time we're talking about Chernobylite. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. Please leave a like and subscribe. Got a lot more content coming soon. Alright, let's get into it. Chernobylite is a survival RPG that was released in 2021 and is available on PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series S and S, and PlayStation 4 and 5. The game takes place in northern Ukraine, in the area where the nuclear reactor exploded, known as the Chernobyl disaster. You play as Professor Igor Kimenuk, a man who is searching for his missing fiancée, Tatiana. Outside of his dreams, he hasn't seen her in 30 years. Dr. Kimenuk was a scientist in Chernobyl at the time that the nuclear reactor exploded. After hearing and seeing her in his dreams and receiving a picture of his missing fiancée, Igor decides to travel back to the Chernobyl exclusion zone and search for her. He hires a couple of mercenaries and tries to sneak back into the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, but is caught, has to change his plans if he wants to find answers. This is where the game starts. Your mission is to find clues pertaining to the disappearance of Tatiana and the emergence of this new material in a zone called Chernobylite. The zone is controlled by a military group called the NAR. Igor realizes at the start of his mission that he's going to need allies in the zone. One of the most important parts of the game is your ability to recruit allies and use them strategically throughout the game. You have a lot of autonomy in how you make decisions in Chernobylite. Each decision will have an effect on how the game proceeds. Whether certain allies join you or not will be based on your decisions made. After they join your team, your decisions moving forward is still really important to your relationship with your team. Whenever you're out in the field, your companions will ask you to do certain things. Whatever decisions you make or do not make will have consequences and long-term effects. These decisions will affect what options and situations you can have in the future, and they also affect your relationships with each of your different companions. If you make too many decisions that your partners don't agree with or negatively affects them, they will leave your group. There are a couple different ways that you can play Chernobylite. You can take a stealthier approach or play more in a first-person shooter style. You can also switch between the different play styles depending upon what the certain mission that you're on entails. Now, you don't have a huge weapon selection, but there are a lot of different weapon modification options that you can use. From your different guns, you can modify the trigger system, the scope, barrel, and more. One of the survival elements in Chernobylite is the base building. Your base starts off as an old rundown building, and over time you build it out to be an elaborate, fully functioning base and living quarters. When designing the layout of your base, there are a couple different things that you have to account for. Power to run all of your electric items, radiation levels, and comfort of your companions. Because of the limited amount of space that you have to be really strategic in the way that you lay things out. The game proceeds as a day-by-day, mission-based playthrough. Each morning, you have to select how each member of your crew is going to spend their day. You select missions based on the likelihood of a crew member completing it. Certain people are better suited for certain missions. There will also be a main character only missions where you as Igor have to take care of it yourself. Stealth is a major component of the game. Igor is a scientist, not an assassin. Killing isn't something that he's trained for or wants to do. Ending lives negatively affect your character's psyche, which is one of 3 health factors that you have to monitor. You have your psyche, your radiation level, and your overall health level. Now, there are consumables that you can craft and use to help raise the condition of each one of these 3 factors. Like every great survival game, scavenging supplies from around the world is an important daily task. This is vital to be able to craft all of the items needed for your base. You can even do a little bit of indoor gardening in your base, and you can keep a constant supply of food and medicine growing. Another interesting element of Chernobylite is the ability to be able to go back through old memories and change mission outcomes and decisions. Remember, I said the decisions that you make are very important? Sometimes to advance, you might need to go back and change a past decision. Remember though, that these decisions can have a positive or negative effect on your relationships with your companions. So changing a decision can result in one of your teammates leaving the group. It's hard to give a time range on how long it takes to beat Chernobylite. It really depends on your decisions and how you want to play the game. Do you really care if you make it to the final mission with all of your teammates or not? Do you spend your nights trying to improve your relationship with your companions, or do you sleep? I say on average, it probably takes about 15 hours to complete the main story. Now, Chernobylite was a really fun experience. It's different from the typical survival games that I generally play. All of your survival elements are done slightly different here than in most games. If you like this genre of gaming though, I'd recommend trying Chernobylite. It's currently on PlayStation Plus, so if you have a subscription, you should definitely check it out. Now, with all that being said, I give Chernobylite an 8 out of 10. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. Maybe leave a comment, let me know what you think of Chernobylite or what game you'd like to hear me talk about next. Until next time, we're out. Peace.